Entrepreneurship can be really hard. And when you're doing it by yourself, trying to navigate the terrain, it can almost be impossible. That's why we created the Entrepreneur Circle. Every episode, you're going to hear from incredible entrepreneurs who are in the same trenches that you are in. And we're going to talk through what's working, what's not working, whether it be in marketing, finance, or anything in between. We're here to talk business and figure out how each of us can rise together. So welcome to the circle. Let's dig in. Raise your hand if you have ever asked ChatGPT or Claude or even Gemini what you should buy. Which supplement is the most potent? Where do I find the best realtor? Who are the top financial advisors in my area that work with people my age? Okay, well, this just became one of the most important things a brand owner needs to understand in 2026. And that's because this is the year that AI has gone from only being used by early adopters to do research and to figure out what products they want, compare vendors, etc., to decide what to buy, to now being more widely accepted and more widely used for that purpose. This is something that I've been talking about for the last 2 years about how we are going to move away from Google search, regular, grandfathered in SEO strategies, to AEO. This is it. Everything that everyone has done up to this point, you have positioned yourself well now. Those of you who haven't done it yet, who haven't started building that authority brand, the personal brand, positioning yourself as the go-to so that AI recognizes you as such and recommends you, there is still time, but it is time to wake up. This is not a future trend. It's happening now, and it's going to accelerate in how quickly it's happening. So listen up. This is going to be the conversation where we talk about AI shopping and what it actually looks like and what it means for you and your business. Now, let's look at what consumers are actually doing. Consumers are typing things like, what's the best skincare brand for dry skin under $50? They're putting that into ChatGPT, and they are buying in what Chat is saying. They are not questioning it. They say, oh, okay, this is the one. And the reality is Chat is giving 1 to 5 recommendations, right? How do you become one of those recommendations? Because at this point, people are using AI to compare options. They're summarizing reviews. They are getting a recommendation all before they ever even look at your website. It used to be, what does your website look like? What is your SEO ranking? How many blogs, etc., do you have so that it ranks on Google? All that stuff is still important because the AEO pillars are somewhat aligned with the SEO pillars, that the things that made you rank on the first page of Google. There are similarities because it's all based on authority. This is the big piece. Authority marketing is important. But the reality is 41% of global consumers now plan to purchase in advance, and AI is becoming the planning tool, pointing them to where they should spend their money. The key shift here is discovering that your business exposure is moving out of Google and it's moving into an AI interface. And we are not looking at how do we rank on page 1 anymore. That is not enough. It's time to move into AI adoption. So this is the brand opportunity, because if you've ever looked at an adoption curve, you have the early adopters, which is a low population of people who are adopting. When we're looking at how society adopts a new product, at the very beginning, you have a low population, the early adopters that are looking at, how can I use the next cool thing? How can I be first to this? We are now out of that. That has been the last probably 2-3 years, right? We are at the curve where people are more widely adopting AI, using it on a regular basis. Our chatbots know us. They know what we are, who we are, what we stand for, what's important to us. I know you've seen the trends of, copy this prompt and put it into chat and see what it says. I saw one that said, roast me. Even people asking to get roasted by their AI bots, which if you haven't done, you should do. It's actually very funny. If you use your bot a lot, it knows you and it will roast you. Mine even roasted me as far to say that I will go out there and just buy a random puppy, rescue a random puppy because it's cute. And I did do that. He was little at first. He was a little white puppy, and now he's 100-pound Great Pyrenees that sheds like a crazy man. It's crazy. It knows me to that level. And so does yours. So this is what I want to focus in on, is we're right at the point where people have been using it And now people are using it as what they use Google for. They're looking for who to work with. They're looking for what product to buy. But the reality is we're not at the peak yet, okay? I think we're almost there. But there is still opportunity here for you as a business owner. NIQ found that while AI discovery is growing, distrust persists in fully autonomous AI shopping. So most consumers still want to make the final call themselves. They still want to be the one that decides. They're just using AI to have a better informed decision, but not let AI make the decision. That human moment of choice, it's still happening. It will always happen, in my opinion. But the reality is, if you're not even being recommended, are they going to choose you? And it becomes more competitive because AI is not put in 30 pages of products. I mean, it's not that people would even go to page 30 in the first place, right? We're not getting much farther than page 2 or 3 in a Google search. But it's truly confined now because chat's going to give maybe up to 10. I mean, go look now. Go ask what is the best magnesium supplement to take. It's going to give you a handful. It's not giving you an endless list. So how do you get on that list? Let's see. The big thing here is understanding what AI is actually looking for when it recommends a brand. So let's talk about how you can actually show up. AI systems, whether it's Claude, OpenAI, Gemini, it's pulling from a few things. Number one, it's reviews. Third-party mentions, looking at how are people talking about you, right? So let's pause on those two things. This is PR in a sense. Third-party mentions is PR. Reviews is customer retention and figuring out how can you garner all those great experiences that you've put out there for people over the past few years. How do we get them to leave a review on Google? Okay, that's number one. This helps both SEO and AEO. See, there's a connection. Third-party mentions. I want to pause here. Okay. Because for the last 7 years, I have positioned my marketing agency as an authority marketing agency. And it was when I saw the opportunity at hand in ranking on an AI platform that I pivoted our company's trajectory to focus in on podcasting. We still do all of the same services that we have always done, social media, books, etc. We still do all those things, but we are focused in on having one front door, which is podcast production and getting you in front of the ideal client or the ideal partner for an interview so that you can build those relationships, use it as a networking tool, as well as garnering massive third-party mentions. Because when you are putting out a podcast episode, every single episode is going to at least 5 to 10 different platforms. All 5 to 10 different platforms are getting links back to your page. Now, this is a nuanced piece here because depending on your goal of your podcast, if you're doing it to show up in AI, you're putting links in everything because then that's probably, say it's 5 different platforms and you're putting 5 episodes out a week, that's 25 links back to you every week. Those are strong backlinks and those are third-party mentions. Number one. But also number two, it's the PR side. It's you going after those awards, you going after those different article features, you going after those guest blogs. Okay. These are all third-party mentions and they add up so big in how AI recognizes your authority and what you do. So I'm just going to, shameless plug here. If you haven't considered podcasting as a strategy to get yourself in these AI platforms, think about it. Whether you're hosting your own show or you're guesting, it is a massive strategic play in this transition as society goes towards AI. The next thing is your website copy. This is the same as SEO, but it's being very clear in what you do, your before and afters. If you have before and after photos that would work for your service, case studies, etc., showcasing that what you do works, that you've given results to people, etc. And of course, being, again, very clear in what you do. The next thing, you do not want to have fuzzy positioning. You become invisible to AI. If you can't explain what you do in one sentence, AI cannot recommend you. So become very crystal clear in who you are, what you do, who you serve. And that should be all over your website, all over your social media, so that it can find you very easily. And it should be consistent from website to Instagram to Facebook to TikTok. It should be one story. Consistency matters more than ever. And if your website says one thing, your Instagram says something else, your reviews say something else, AI is going to get confused and it's just going to be like, there's other people that are focused on this one thing that this person is asking for. So you have to become very clear on who you're serving, what you're doing it for, how you do it, and what the results are. Last, I'd say NIQ found consumers want fewer, clearer choices. So the brands winning in AI recommendations are the ones with simple, clear, specific value propositions. This was something I had to dial in. And this is another reason why we focused in on podcasts rather than podcasts, social media, books, blah, blah, email, CRM. We still do all those things. But again, we have one clear value proposition based on, the market. How many other podcast agencies are there out there? And how are we doing it differently? Because the reality is AI can help you with your podcast. So we've pivoted and we've changed a lot of things in how we're doing it. But the reality is that one front door, fewer, clearer choices, that is how you crack the code to get into an AI search. Now, the last thing I want to talk through is the big lesson. So clarity is essentially the name of the game right now. And I think when we talk about clarity, it's understanding who you are and what you do. And that needs to show up in your digital presence. For years, brands have optimized algorithms by keyword stuffing, hashtag chasing, SEO games. AI does not respond to games. It responds to clarity, consistency, and credibility. Let those be your 3 C's: clarity, consistency, credibility. Very clear on who you are and what you offer, consistency in your message across all platforms, and credibility. It's the case studies, the reviews, and the third-party mentions. That's it. Okay, so how are we doing it? Credibility, authority. That's the name of the game. You need to get on podcasts. You need to get other people to feature you. That's what you're after here. The brands that will win in AI discovery, they're the ones that are the clearest about who they are, who they serve, what they solve, and why they're different. And honestly, this is good news for smaller companies because you don't need a massive budget to be AI discoverable. You just need to have clear messaging and be good at what you do. I think this is the big thing. Like, AI is going to show who is good and who is not because it's able to recognize the patterns. It's able to recognize, who's actually getting the results for clients, who's actually doing what they say they're doing. It can tell. Okay. And again, it's all about what is going out into the digital hemisphere about who you are. I'm going to leave you with these 3 things that you can do today. Number 1, Google yourself like you would Google if you were a customer. And then I want you to ask ChatGPT the same question and see if you show up. That gap is your homework. Okay. You're going to look at how do we close that gap. Audit your brand and description everywhere. You need to look through how you are describing your brand and what you do all over the place. Your website, your LinkedIn bio, your product listings, your Google business profile. Do they all say the same thing in clear language? Because consistency is how AI will recognize you and put you into its search. Last, I would prioritize reviews. AI is pulling a lot from third-party validation. When other people say you're legit, AI thinks you're legit. So ask your best customers to leave reviews on Google, Yelp, or wherever your audience searches. You want them to leave a review for you. Okay, and then the last thing that I would tell you is there are much more technical ways to become listed. The 3 things that I just listed for you, those are very high level, a little bit soft. When I say Google yourself like a customer would and then put that into ChatGPT, that gap is your homework. That gap is the technical stuff, which I'll touch on here really quick. But when I say audit the brand description, audit how you're showing up all over the place and create consistency, that's an easy thing to do. And then number 3, prioritizing reviews. That's an ongoing effort that you should start baking into your marketing strategy. How can I incorporate every time I see a client, is there an automated text I can send out with the link to leave a Google review? Or can I ask personally, can you please leave me this Google review? It's a big one. So with that though, I want to touch really quick on the tactical piece. Number 1, podcasting is huge, you guys. I already said it. Number 2, there's a RAG that you could upload. This would essentially be as simple as a spreadsheet. Okay. So you need to go figure out everything that you've ever done, all the blogs you've written, the websites, everything. I want you to put it all into one spreadsheet and I want you to just simply upload it to Chat. I want you to upload it to Gemini, upload it to Claude. And it's essentially, you also have to remember when you use Chat, everything becomes part of its knowledge. Okay. So when it knows that much about you and it has the links to everything you've written and everything you've ever done, it helps you a lot. So do that and continue to use the different AI technologies out there, because it's one thing to be recommended by it, but it's another thing to understand where it's going and how it's working so that you can stay ahead of it. For instance, ChatGPT up to this point, no ads, but I'm pretty sure, I literally just looked up the news, I'm pretty sure they're starting to incorporate ads into chat. And the only way that you would know that is, one, if you have notifications like that set up for yourself of being looped in, or if you're a user. So use it. You have to use the things that you are marketing on to understand the user experience. You have to understand both sides of the coin, because marketing is not so black and white where it's this, island in the middle of nowhere where you don't know where to start. It starts with you, the way that you behave online, the way that you scroll. What are the things that make you stop scrolling? What are the things that you're putting into chat versus Google? Those are your clues. Let those be breadcrumbs to what you should do as a business owner to take advantage. I hope this helps you all. Hope you have a great day, and make sure to follow, leave a review for the show. It helps us so much. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Remember this as you go about your day today. The ideas that are on your heart for a reason. Do not ignore them. Tune into them. Tap in, lean in, understand them, and pursue them. If not you, then who? If this episode was helpful to you in any way, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It does wonders for our efforts, and it helps us to continue our mission of inspiring entrepreneurs and giving them the resources and the perspective we all need to take it to the next level. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paresa Noble, and we'll catch you next time.